What's up, guys? I'm Eric Lee and you're watching Savage Garden. If you're new to this channel, what we do is we garden, is in the name. But in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to try to cover the expectations when it comes to gardening. We all want to have the most luscious and biggest fruit and vegetables and all that good stuff. And sometimes it takes a while to get there, as you're going to see in my garden. Oh, Lord. Okay. Before we get to the garden, I really need to water these herbs. One mistake I made is I didn't get big enough pots for these, so I'm watering them twice a day. But as you can see, they're still making it. They're still really luscious, and I think they're about time to get a little bit of prune. They all bounce back, but it's just really hot in Texas. So let's go over to the garden real quick and let me show you what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we're in the garden. Just pan over there. All right, so as you can see, these are all my tomatoes. You can see tomato growing there. There's two of them there that look really nice and juicy. I don't have any I can see right off the bat with this one, but I do have a few tomatoes right here. You can see one there. And these are tiny tomatoes. And then the peppers, they're doing their thing. It's a little slower. But as you can see with all my plants, they're growing at their own pace, and none of them are as obvious as my okra, and that's what the whole video is about, is those expectations. So this is what my okra is supposed to look like. Nice, big. You can already see a few of them starting to grow. This 1, 2, 3, and this is what the other plant looks like, same time planted. So it's been exactly 3 weeks. This will be the 4th week, so it's time for me to add in some fish fertilizer, help it get moving along. But I'm kind of disappointed. I'm trying to be upset. I should have planted more, but I'm trying to just figure out why this one isn't doing right. I've rotated them. I've done a bunch of stuff, but at the end of the day, this is gardening. Like, there will be crops that aren't going to do as great as others. That's why once you find the one that does really good for you, that you enjoy eating or sharing with families and friends, you plant a lot of them and you just go to town. I did a bunch of different varieties of tomatoes just so you guys can see that they all develop at different times. But I was not expecting that with the okra, but it's still growing. So guys, it's just gonna be patience that's gonna have to work on me right now. But the lettuce is doing good. As you can see, our lettuce, we've harvested the heck out of this lettuce, and if you can see right here, made a mistake of knocking over one of the main stalks while harvesting. So that's going to slow down the development and the amount that I can get from it. But I'm getting plenty. I've had like 5 salads. I don't even eat a lot of salads, but trying to work on it, 2022, trying to get sexy, flexy for the summer. But the biggest thing outside of the okra is the peppers. So these peppers are going to give you the idea that you're doing something better for one than you are the other. No, they just all have their own timeline. And if you go to my Instagram, you can see with this blueberry plant, I have a bush, I have a net on it. Okay, so the reason for the net is it's a little big, but the reason for the net is because these birds will tear up these plants. I'm telling you, they'll just take little bites. Not enough for you to be like, okay, the nature got it. No, they take a little bitty bite and leave it out there, and you're just like, you could have had the whole thing, man. If you're gonna do me like that, I can't eat it. And then my dog, she's so picky, she don't eat nothing. So we put this over the plants. It's gonna protect the birds, or not protect the birds, protect our plants from the birds, and hopefully we get good harvest. Check out our Instagram, same name is gonna be listed down below, and you can stay up to date day to day with our garden. I'm sorry, I'm talking so fast. I have to work on keeping that slow. Pretty much everything is going according to plan outside of okra. We're still keeping the same schedule of watering it first thing in the morning. We'll try to get to it before the sun comes up, so that's around 6 o'clock for me. But normally I've been getting to it about 8 o'clock in the morning, a little later than I want to, because I know I'm losing a lot of that water we put into evaporation, but that's what time I get out the gym, and that's what's convenient for me. So I mean, there's always wiggle room, but ideally you want to get that plants watered early in the morning, even before the sun comes up, so you can get the maximum amount of water penetrating your plant, like really getting down through the soil. Anyway, so what also I do is I do every 3 weeks I add the fertilizer to the plants. And what it's going to do is it's going to help boost the quality of my plants and the size. I have it mixed right there, and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so this is the brand I have. It's probably not the best one, but this is the one that works for me. This is a fish fertilizer. It's a 5-1-1 mix. So this has worked for me. I've had this for years. The thing I can say the most about this, if you get it and it's your first time, fish fertilizer smells like poop. Yeah, I said it. I didn't want to curse, but I really want to curse. It is disgusting. Do not leave this in your garage. I've made this mistake so many times of leaving it in my garage, or leaving a bucket that I just used. This way. I got a little on my hands, so it's disgusting. And it smells horrific. Like your garage, hot summer with this smell, I assure you, you're going to be upset and you're going to think something died in it. But the plants love it. Another thing about this, the mixture I use is I use 2 tablespoons to 1 gallon. But in this one, I go a little soft. I have probably, to this 2 gallon, I probably have 3.5 tablespoons, not quite 4. But it's not going to burn your plants, so there's nothing like that to worry about. But I only have a little, and I know that with all the other additives I've added to the plants through the soil, I don't have to add a lot. I can use the add a lot. I don't have to put a lot of fertilizer into these plants. So this 2 gallons is going to help me get all these plants fertilized, and then I'm going to just water it in a little bit more. But yeah, this is 2 gallons and I'm wasting it. So
our little peach tree, we got 1 peach on here.
Yeah, it's right here. Oh, it's hiding. Okay, there it is. So our little peach, and that's the only one we have on this plant. Right. Oh, my hands stink. So when you're doing this, try not to get the plant, but if you do, you know, it is what it is. And like I said, I'm not watering it or fertilizing it very hard. I'm just getting some into the plant or into the soil, and then I'll come back through and I'm gonna hit it with some regular water. So it's gonna dilute it just further, but I don't think I need a lot with the adjectives that I've already added. Yeah, see, with this plant, I didn't have really a choice but to water like this. So I guess I grossly underestimated how much I needed. So this bucket's almost done. But, you know, that's part of gardening. It's about trial and error. And last time it went a little bit faster, but my plants were also a lot smaller, and it was easier to water them. I'm gonna fill this up one more time, but guys, you don't need to see that. All you need to know that if your garden is not going according to plan, it's okay. Take your little time, little breath. You know, we're gardening mostly, unless you're a farmer, then, you know, panic just a little bit, but it's gonna fix itself. But if you're doing a home garden or a homestead or whatever you're doing just for fun or experimental, relax. Everything's gonna be all right. Even if you mess up, just start all over. You got plenty of time. But I'm Eric Lee. You're watching Savage Garden. I love you. Thank you for watching. We out.